Hi Aquarius, my sun sign brothers and sisters, welcome to your week ahead horoscope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, these readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign, Aqua, this is for you. Remember, they're general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. They help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So, if you are a continued subby, you know I love you for it. And if you are new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, if you should so choose, and it resonates, hit the subscribe button. Okay, so for your key to the week, you have the Judgment card. The Reckoning is here. Ooh, all right, so this card to me is a grand clearing of the decks before you elevate. But it basically suggests that this week a lot of things are coming. I mean, they are, because we've got this eclipse, right? This is going to be a point at which a lot of things come to a head. It does suggest to me, though, that this week a lot of things are coming to a head specifically for you, Aquarius. And this is so that you can rise again. This is so that you can move beyond it and effectively, you know, step into and do your whole phoenix thing, right? Rising from the ashes in glorious flame. This is also a card of blasts from the past. So watch out for those in all of the different sectors of your life. They don't have to be awful. Sometimes it's an old friend that you haven't seen for a long time. Sometimes it's somebody that you went to school with. Sometimes it's someone that you worked with at that bloody, I don't know, pasty shop that you worked at when you were younger. Do you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't, when I say blast from the past, it doesn't always have to be like, oh my God, you know, the gnarly stuff and the ex who broke your heart and all the rest of it. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. But yeah, in all of these different areas of life, this week you're getting this isn't like a full card reset where it's like, yeah, we can do something different and go in a new direction. The Judgment card is kind of like, this is what you need to see and this is how you are moving forward, all right? So for this, you've got the 10 of Cups in your actions and options. I love this, right? So one of the ways this potentially shows up, the actions or the way that you set forward will see you throwing out a lot of things, right? And we'll potentially see a lot of big changes coming up, particularly around the home, the family, your property, the people that you live with, or even, you know, a family member. That's one way this could show up. On in terms of the options that are available to you, this is some really good news that finds you. And I actually feel like this is maybe, you know, sometimes like I don't know anymore in terms of jobs applications, but you know, like sometimes when you put in an application for something, or you put in a request for something, or you enter a competition and you forget about it because it's like you don't hear anything, so you think to yourself, well, I probably haven't got it, so it is what it is. This could be some kind of good news that comes quite late, and when it does, you might be kind of like, huh, that's really weird. Like, I hadn't, do you know what I mean? Like, I almost hadn't thought, you know, I thought that was over. I thought that wasn't going to be a thing because I hadn't heard for anything from anybody. So I love it. This could be nice. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Emperor card. That is interaction with an old boss, an old teacher, an old lecturer. This is a conversation with somebody that you have either worked with, collaborated with, etc. And this person either seems to be an authority in their field, or they ignite a passion in you for you to become an authority in your field. Now, for those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, that literally represents the institution that you're studying at. This could be good news that comes in. Now, I won't go as far as to say that this will be a personal accolade. It could be some good news that comes in for the institution that trickles down. So maybe they get, you know, a massive boost of funding, and so it means that you're, you know, getting a discount on your fees, or I don't know, maybe somebody, you know, does a really good deed and decides to donate your textbooks for the year to the college or whatever. There's something like that here where it's kind of like you get blessings, but sort of almost by association. It's not necessarily directly to you. If you are employed by somebody else, this could be a talk that you've had with your boss a long time ago, maybe you heard nothing about it, and you kind of figured, yeah, you know what, they're never going to give me a pay rise, I'm not going to get a promotion or whatever. This week you could get the tap on the shoulder. All right, so this could be really, really nice. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, excuse me, people that work for themselves, not only are you bossing up, but you finish a larger cycle this week. Something comes to an end or a close, and now you're kind of like, it's like one of those moments, you know, where you have a moment in life where you're like, yeah, you know what, I really dropped the ball with that, or I haven't been able to do something, because like myself, there's so many things I haven't been able to do because I'm just not well. Like, I'll be really honest with you, I wanted to get the year ahead stuff out this month for you guys, but I just haven't had it in me. Like, I'll be 100% honest. I've been not very well for quite a while. And I just, like, between obviously YouTube stuff that I do and my client work, and, you know, just trying to manage getting through, you know, life with everything that I've got going on in the background as well, which is stuff that I don't usually talk about, but I just haven't had it in me to get this stuff out. And so now, like, you know, to see this, I'm like, yeah, this makes sense. You're at the tail end. When you come out of this, the fire's going to be there. All right, so hang on in there. If you're an Aquarius sun, you know, like me, and you've really been through it, then you hang on in there, because all the good shit's about to start showing up, but it starts with you getting pissed about what you've missed. All right, now, for those of you that are retired and no longer working, you are becoming the patriarch, matriarch, vatriarch of your family. And so this week you are going to need to step up in a really big way. You might be elevated in some way. You know, you might really be called upon in a way for your family that maybe you haven't been before, or maybe you haven't been for a while. You know, there's going to be a lot resting on your shoulders this week, I think, Aquarius. For those of you that are, when it comes to your love and relations, you have the 9 of Pentacles. So for those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, I actually love this, because this is you and your significant other spending quality time together, right? This is you getting in that really sort of, you're enjoying each other's company. There's lots of good talks. There's lots of understanding of what the commitment is turning into or growing into. For those of you that are partnered but not married, etc., this could be where you decide, like, yeah, actually, you know what? Yeah, I think maybe marriage might be on the cards for us, or actually maybe starting a family. You're enjoying the time that you have now, but there is a future element, a future orientated element to this. And then finally, for those of you that are single, look, with the Judgment card in tow, it's possibly going to be a reconnection with someone from your past, but it could just as easily be somebody that you meet and connect with that kind of makes you feel like, I don't know, I feel like I know you already, or I feel like we've met once before, or, you know, and it might be that you've talked or chatted to somebody, but you never went for the date or whatever, and this time around things could be very different. Nice. For your money and materials, you have the Empress. So whenever, like, you get the sun and the moon in astrology, that's like a conception point, right? When you get the Empress and the Emperor come together, that's also a conception point. There is so much fertility in these cards, and the fact that the Empress shows up for your money, coupled with the Judgment card, this suggests that some kind of financial benefit, you know, props, award, reward, bonus, etc., is going to find you this week. There is a really nice boost to the monies, and I think you're going to be very pleasantly surprised. It's kind of like, you know, when they say like buses, right? None come for ages, and you're kind of like, what the hell is going on? And then all of a sudden 3 buses come at once. This kind of feels like that, and because you've got Empress and Emperor energy in very close proximity with the 10 of Cups and the 9 of Pentacles, it's likely to be quite a substantial boost as well. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, this is you really paying attention to your aesthetic and your appearance, but it's also you looking to really beautify yourself from within, right? So, you might have heard like some of the most beautiful people in the world are beautiful inside too, or like that their beauty shines through. This is kind of that, but you're doing it at all levels. So it's like, you know what, I'm gonna completely glow up in some way, but I want to start with my soul. Right, I want to make my soul beautiful first, and then everything else is going to fall in line with that, which is such a beautiful concept. For those of you, and then when it comes to your home and environment, the Empress card is the environment, excuse me, that you find yourself living in. With the Judgment card here, for some of you, this could be going like literally taking a trip down memory lane to a place that you've lived in before. For others, this could literally show up as the change or the movement around where you live could begin now. All right, doesn't mean that it happens right away. Doesn't even mean that it happens this week or even the rest of this month or even next month. But it certainly sets something into motion. All right. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.